ऑलराइट, नमस्ते, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल एंड वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। मुझे उम्मीद है आप सभी लोग दशहरा बहुत अच्छे से मना रहे होंगे। आप सभी लोगों को दशहरे की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। अभी जो कोविड की वजह से दशहरे की खुशियां कम हो गई है, लेकिन फिर भी हमें एंजॉय करना है तो एंजॉय करें, बट सेफ्टी जरूरी है। जो गवर्नमेंट के नॉर्म्स हैं उन्हें फॉलो जरूर करें। इंडस्ट्री इंसाइडर्स के फोर्थ टॉक शो में आप सभी का स्वागत है। A very warm welcome to all of you this beautiful and wonderful evening. This is your host Astos Suman. I am your host for the entire event. Industry Insiders is grateful to you for your wholehearted support. Today we are presenting event on journey from campus to career powered by Industry Insiders. आज एक बार फिर से टीम इंडस्ट्री इंसाइडर्स आप सभी के बीच आई हैं और एक न्यू इंडस्ट्रियल एक्सपर्ट के साथ we extended a warm welcome to passionate, amiable, and also dedicated for his goal, Mr. Jain sir, for gracing his event with his presence. I love to share few things about Mr. Jain sir. सर ने अपने डिप्लोमा मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में ट्रेड के साथ किया स्लाइट लॉन्गवाल पंजाब से, और उसके बाद सर ने बीटेक जो है वो किया सीएस कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग स्लाइट लॉन्गवाल पंजाब से। ठीक है। और सर अपने कॉलेज कैरियर के दौरान जो है एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज के पार्ट रहे, और साथ ही साथ सर हमारे कॉलेज के एक लीड एंकर के तौर पर रहे। तो हम सर से आज जानेंगे कि इंटायर जर्नी में ये चीजें उनके कितने काम आई, कितना हेल्पफुल रहा। ठीक है, आज हम चलिए अपने जो भी बातें हैं वो सर के साथ करते हैं। तो सर, कैन वी गो हेड? ओके, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Ashutosh. Thanks for the very good and brief introduction. So myself, Jayant Bharati, that's what like my name is, and then I'm there on Facebook and then Instagram as well, and I'm quite active over there. And now to tell how to start a story. So every college story starts with finding a bunch of flatmates, your roommates, your friends. That's how any of the college journey begins. And my college journey also began with finding my peers and finding my friends. So when you start your college, one of the major thing that you do is that you try to find your peers, your friend. And it's truly said that you choose it. So one thing you need to make sure that when you start your college, when you are in a curriculum, try to be friends with people who are better than you so that you can learn from them. So that's one thing I did when I entered college. It was a remote college in a very remote location, and I tried to find myself in the peer of my seniors from whom I can learn. I used to listen them, and then I tried to grasp as much as I can from their experience, and that was like my way of learning. And it has been same to most of my friends whom I met outside, how they start learning from the college. Self-learning is great, but yeah, you need to tag yourself with great minds. And that's what I did. There were a lot of seniors under whose influence I came. I would like name like Puneet Chabra was there, Shubhas Banerjee was there, Kunak Modi was there. And right now they're like really doing good. And the number is countless. So try to find people who motivate you, from whom you can learn. Inspiring people. That's the first thing that you do, and that's the first thing I did when I entered into college. Well, I was not as a very bright kid, but I did knew my strength and my weaknesses. So the next thing, you have to study, you need to get good scores, you need to have marks, but the other thing is that you need to lay strong interest on is to work on your strength. If there's a certain weakness, you need to work on that. But if there's certain strength, you need to make sure you work more and more on that. So my communication skill was not my great strength, but it was something I was like little good at. And that's what I started working on. And that really helped me a lot through the career. So I spent like 7 years in my college. I joined it after 10th. And then I ended up spending 7 years over there. I did my certificate course and diploma course in mechanical. And then I decided to switch to computer science. There were a lot of reasons why I wanted to switch to computer science. Is that when I studied mechanical for 4 years, I pretty much realized that what are my strengths. And my strength and my interest pretty much laid in computer science. I just thought that I'd be able to do much better over here, and then I had certain aspirations. So I just made a list. That list had what I am right now and what I want to be in next 5 years and then 10 years. I jotted down the point, and then I saw, okay, what trade, what curriculum can get me the things I want. I wanted to work in a city. I wanted an office work. Like I wanted a desk job for sure, and somewhere I can where I can exercise my palm skills. So computer science was the thing for me. I prepped for it. I got it. So changing stream is not a big thing, but yeah, you need to find it out what interests you, where you can do better. For me, computer science was the way forward. I'm not propagating that one should everyone should go for that. It merely depends on what your interests are, where you can see that you can do better, where your goals are. The other major thing was that I was not a great speaker, but one of the major thing that like turned things upside down, as I said, that I saw great inspiring seniors. They used to speak great, and then I tried to mimic them. So I started to train myself how to speak well, how to write well, and how to present myself, working on my soft skill. And that required a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of dedication. So we had very good internet services over there. I made good use of YouTube. I made very good use of the extracurricular activity that happened in Slide. And one of the best thing that happened over there is that every weekend, or maybe not every weekend, you call it like every alternate day, you have some of the other events over there which were taking place, and I leveraged them a lot. I made sure that in every evening when I get out of the class, I'm in one of those events and I participate. In the first one, I bombed. In the second one, also I bombed. I did like bad in many of those events, but slowly, it was a 7 year journey, right? I stayed there for a very long time. Slowly, it took an year and a half, and two. I was trying my kick over there, and slowly it became a passion, and I started enjoying it. And com skill was something which is a gradual process. I still am working on it, and that should be the same with everyone, and it is the same with everyone. So that's where I laid my interest, and the school library helped a lot. You need to read a lot of books over there. That will help you a lot. So one thing I tell to everyone, when you're in college, especially if you're an engineer, you will do well technically. But there are three things that you need to make sure that you are really good at. For sure, you need to have good grades. Second is like exceptionally good com skills. The third thing is that you need to know about computers. Even if you are not a computer geek, even if you're not from computer science, you need to know two things: a programming language and basic of SQL, irrespective of what trade you are. And for sure, you need to work on your aptitude skills, reasonings. So these are the three to four things you need to have in your kitty. If you're in the first year, you can gauge. In most of the colleges, you don't have any setup like diploma and degree. But in degree is a 4 year, you can get your trade, and then you can start working on this 4 skill. This is very mandatory. And then when it comes in final year, just be passionate about what you do. Read as many books as you can. And when you are filled with that knowledge, when you have that experience, and then when you come out in the market, when you know about things, it will give you a different level of confidence. And it might get late for you. Sometimes you might get things early, sometimes you might get late. But if you're passionate about the stuff, you will get where you will. So that really helped me. Or a com skill helped me. Having a reasoning and aptitude, analytical thinking. Analytical thinking is another thing. And then you need to have knowledge of computers and what's happening around the world. So just, it's not about going on Instagram, Facebook, and just seeing, okay, what happened here? Someone bombed. This is happening in Bombay. No, not like that. Read as much as you can. Read books. Read good informative books. I'm not a very big fan of fiction. I read most of the informative books. So you can go. There are like a couple of really good books that you should read. Like I would recommend *Sapiens*. I would recommend *Atomic Times*, and whatever interests you. Read those books. Spend more time in library. Watch movies. That will teach you a lot. By that, I do not mean that you go and watch a masala movie from South India, Telugu, or like in a typical Bollywood movie. Watch international language movies. That will really help you out. That will build you to have an outlook. So, and then you need to have marks, right? At least have decent numbers so that you can appear for your entrance. And when the interview comes, the first thing is you need to prepare. Doesn't matter how smart you are, you need to prepare for each and every interview. So when I came out in corporate world, when I got my job, and then when I was switching, so for each and every interview I gave, I prepped a lot. You need to know each and everything. You need to make sure if they ask you 100 questions, you need to answer 100 questions. You might get wrong. It's okay. At some question you'll bomb, but you have to do the homework. Homework is very important. Without homework, you're not gonna get the success. So one thing that really helped me and is gonna help me is that I do the homework. So if you're going for an interview, read the JD. If you know who the interviewer is, go and check what the interviewer has studied. Check what interest he has or she has. They might ask you questions from their interest, and that might help you in the interview. If you know that in Amazon, right, they give you the who is going to take interview. You can go and check what they have studied, what the interest are, and you can prep likewise. Check for the companies. Whenever you go and interview the company, make sure what the company does, when was it established, who is the CEO. It doesn't matter it's a small company or a big company. Try to go on LinkedIn and try to find 5 or 6 employees who already work over there. So these are the homework that you do, and make sure that you go on the portal, whatever interview you're giving, make sure you know everything. Everything is that you cannot be like great at all the questions, but you need to know, and you can easily get it from internet. It's no big deal. So the key for cracking any interview, for sure, confidence is, if you have a great sense of humor, that also work. I mean, it's something I have seen, and you might bomb on few, but that will come with time. You have to treat yourself as an human being who is ever ready to learn. Always be hungry for learning. There might be circumstances where you need to switch and then you're not feeling confident enough. But even then, try to apply as much as you can. You will bomb on few of the interviews, but that should not deter you or stop you. You need to come out of the cocoon. Other thing is that you don't have to fall in the comfort zone list. Most of the people, they start with services company like TCS, Infosys, which give you very good and very great comfort. You have great support system over there. You have family. You have like friends who become family. You have managers who are very cool with you. And sometimes that's the thing that that stops you to grow. You need to come out of that zone. Get out of the zone. If you have already spent 3 years in your first company, time to switch. Always make sure what your expenses are, and then that will give you an answer. What's the right time to switch? And learning is also important. If you want to work on some good technology and skill, and that if that asks you to switch, do switch. Always try to learn new things. If you have entered into the industry, just check what is happening in next 5 years in that industry. Read as much as you can, and if you're doing some X kind of work, try to make a blog on that and try to blog on that. Try to write materials on internet. Be very active on LinkedIn. Let HRs, let managers try to find you. You can come in light. I know this friend of mine. He landed on his job because of his post, because of his articles that he used to write on LinkedIn. And a lot of big companies, they invited him for the interview. They called him just because of the post. So this is stuff you have to do. Doesn't matter if you're in a small town or you're in a big town, you're working anywhere, you have internet, right? If you're working in mechanical industry where you are in a foundry, which is like, all typical mechanical job, right? But there's a lot of research paper there's a lot of things happening in the world of foundry, right? A lot of companies, they are doing research. So one question, if there is mechanical student, do you know which is a new alloy that's coming up? Name any company which made a new alloy, like Sandvik. It made an alloy called Kantak. It's their own product. In college they didn't teach you, but if you go out there, if you read the journals, you'll get to know. So just always try to know what's happening in your world and what are more things you can learn. And one basic thing is that if you're bored in a job, you don't want to do that kind of job, you can do an MBA, or you can learn new skills. You can learn online and you can transition. It can happen. You are never stuck. Never ever think that you are stuck. So the one question I think, the main agenda of the talk show was you asked how I transition and what what was my journey? My journey is like was if I want to describe my journey in one single word, I would say ki constant hunger for learning. I always wanted to learn. Uh, my aim was not to get good like so much of numbers or marks in my paper. I wish I could have done that. I just got lucky over there. uh, but I wanted to new things. I was spending more time in library, reading journals, reading books, listening to people, working on my com skills, soft skills, which I'm still doing. And I did a lot of mistakes actually. And you need to always learn from your mistakes. It's very good you do mistakes, but the major part is that I was learning from my mistakes. And that's one thing you should always imbibe in yourself. Do mistake, know your mistakes when you did your mistake. And even if you repeat it, it's fine. It might get repeated, but learn from them. So don't forget it and try to accept your mistakes. That's and pretty much I had like a lot of fun in college. I studied less and then I did all the other extracurricular activities more. I hit the gym. I ran marathon. I used to go to the swimming pool. I used to spend hours library reading, non-study textbooks, non-curriculum textbooks. Uh, did, like listen a lot of music, watch a lot of movies, did everything, participated, did anchoring. So I had like, a lot of fun in college, and that's what you should do. You should go to college and you should have fun and never get into alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes and stuff. That's a big no. If you can avoid it, avoid it. And if you're like if you're accustomed, you just want to have it, try to have it very minimal. It's not bad to drink and speed like smoke. If you're smoking, it's fine. It's your life. Try to have it less and never get in. Let's not have it an impact on your stuff that you want to achieve. And always keep the energy level high. So in college, you are very young. Your body is very young. You can withstand anything, and you have a lot of energy. Use as much as you can. Even if you sleep less, yeah, try to sleep optimal. But even if you sleep less, you'll have a lot of time, and then you have a lot of energy left. But as you grow old, you'll have very less energy. You'll be needing a lot of sleep. Like I would recommend you when you're of my age, I am 31, and then you need like 7-8 hours of sleep. But when I was in college, I was like sleeping for 5 hours, and I was like super energetic. So and drink a lot of water. I didn't do that in college. So the professor, I mean, that's one thing you should do, and read a lot of books for sure. And it's not important you have to complete all the books. India is not a reading company, sorry, a reading country, and we are not in a reading company of people. If you don't like books, if you get bored of it, you can turn the pages of any of that simple book, and you can read 2 or 3 pages from the mid as well. That's fine. As far as you read, it's okay. And then again, after 5 days, also you can pick that same book and read another 5 pages. It's okay as far as you read. Because even if you read a complete book, you're not going to remember everything. You'll forget it, right? Jot down your favorite part in the book, reread it. That's fun. And if you're in a college, make use of the library. Exploit it. Exploit the library like anything. And try to watch movies from different culture. That will be helpful. And do study. I didn't study a lot. That's something I should have worked hard. Or like literally I would have done some more, but yeah, I didn't do. But yeah, study is important. Kudos to the people who get good marks. They're the college topper. That's one of the best thing to do. But what one mistake I see people doing is that just they make sure just they study, they get great marks on that paper mark sheet. That's not helping you. Even if you get great marks, it's not a guarantee that you are a success. In industry, it could be different. Getting marks is a different story. There's no trick. You just you have to work hard, you'll get it. Or you're intelligent, plus you'll work hard. Work hard is always there. But the other things, getting marks, you're brilliant, you study for 5 days, you'll get the marks. But the things like aptitude, the things like the knowledge, which apart from studies, the com skills, they're not a 5-day job. It's a continuous work, right? It's everyday work. It's like an athlete. An athlete trained for an year, 2 years, 3 years to go and join, like participate in Olympic or any national, international level. It's a long process. That's what happened with the com skills and soft skills. Com skill is not about English actually. It's also about how you look, how you see things, how you stand, what to say when, what not to say, when to keep shut, how to be kind and polite. Everything comes over there. and everyone learns. Like it's for me, I'm in the industry for 7 years. I still get feedback from manager that okay, you should work more on your counsels. And I have heard VPs of very big companies who are like awesome speaker, even they getting those kind of suggestions. So it's a constant process. So that's what, like, and I don't see, I don't remember very much like what are great things I did in college. So I don't find anything. I just enjoyed my college, and that's what you all should do. And the other four things that I discussed earlier, make sure you get good at it, work for it. Even if you hate it, work it. That's gonna give you the success. And that's pretty much what I did actually.
Thank you, sir, for
And that
sharing
helped
that
me.
journey with us. Sir, I have to ask one thing that is very interesting inside you, that you had changed your trade. You have switched
Yeah.
from mechanical to computer science. Is there any problem you need to face?
No, actually, mechanical was tough. Computer science was very easy. The problem was that since it was the same college, it might not happen with anyone. The class didn't accept me. They treated me as an outsider, which is like very funny. But there's no such any problem. It's just it was cool. Computer science is one of the very easiest trade in the engineering stream. Mechanical was tough, man. I didn't face any, but yeah, if anyone from computer science will switch to mechanical, he or she will face.
Okay.
You need to work hard. I mean, like, but it's not a rocket science. Anyone can study anything. It's just you need to put time. That's it. You put in time, you'll get there. It's fairly very simple. When you switch trade, everything is the brain. It's just a block. Key, I'm switching my trade. No, it's all a mental block. It's a mental block and nothing else. People study, people do graduation in mechanical, and then they do masters in electronics. There's no correlation. If you know the language, the textbooks are in English. What is written there, if you know what is there, it's no rocket science. The curriculum what they have designed for engineering is fairly simple. You might not get in the first go, you might not get in the second go. Third go, you'll get it. Few trades are very hard, and always make sure, just from my personal experience, never choose a trade if you find it glamorous or someone says that there's a lot of success over there. If you find any engineering stream which is easier and you can do better, go for that. I would never suggest people to even take engineering if they're not very much interested and they're not going to do great at it. Don't study. Study something, for example, you don't like engineering, it's very tough. Study something else. Do something in which you think you'll be very good at. You'll enjoy your life more rather than doing something in which you are not good at, but somehow you'll be doing good and then you'll get fined. But you will waste that much of your time. You won't be able to enjoy. You'll struggle. Don't do that. If you think that okay, I'm in mechanical, if I stay in mechanical itself, it will be better, do. But if you are like, I'm very ambitious and you want that, okay, you want certain life, and then that thing is only going to get you that, then go and work hard. Try, struggle. But changing stream, believe me, it's all a mental block. You can study whatever you want from any place to any place you can go. You can pick anything. It's all mental block. There's nothing there in that. You can study anything, provided you want to study. That's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
That's what my answer is.
Sir, one more thing I had to ask. You are a part of number of extracurricular activities in college life. How it
Yeah.
helped you to succeed in the entire journey after college?
I think I'll say 100%. It really helped me because it gave me a confidence. It gave me, the strength to think strongly, and that really helps you when you go in an, interview. So if they're interviewing 100 people, if you have already done those things, you stand out actually. So wherever I used to this manager, and whenever HR used to talk to me, they used to just simply love talking to me. And why was that? It was that because I learned it from the college. I learned how to pronounce words. There were few things I didn't knew how things should be. But when I got all those skills and when I went to the industry, and then I found that, oh, oops, if I didn't have these, I would have not succeeded. It gave me a lot of creativity. It gave me content to speak. And I was like, already. I mean, it immensely helped, and it will help you everywhere. It's something you cannot, you know, let it go easily. You cannot put it in the silo and forget it. No, I'll. And there are people in industry, if they're not good in com skills, they're getting problem in getting their promotions. They are struggling in the industry. They're making good money, but now when they want to take a next move, they want to move to one ladder above, they are stuck there because they are not good at it. It's still a problem. It's not about getting into industry. It will help you to get a job. It will help you to grow in the industry, because getting a job is just one fairly simple thing. The major problem and the major thing is to grow. The major difficulty is how to grow, because there are lakhs and lakhs of people, lakhs and lakhs of very good people who were very good in college. But now when you have to grow, you have to be better among them and themselves, right? So that's what is important.
Thank you, sir.
So it will help you. It will ever help you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, is communication skill is a barrier in the industrial view?
Yes, it is a barrier. It's a very big barrier. There's no bigger barrier than this.
Sir,
The
can
only
you
thing, because everybody works, because everybody knows to work, everybody is good at technical skills. Because it's not, as I said, it's not a rocket science, right?
yeah.
You might do things in you might take like little late, he might do little early, and then you'll work hard, you'll be there. But one thing where there's a difference is the com skill, the soft skills, the writing skills, the email skills. So it's a very big barrier.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for this entire wonderful session. As per my opinion, it is much more beneficial for fresher and youngster like us, as we are just enter in industry's line. Okay, so that we will go ahead and take some time for questions. These questions come from number of students. They are attached with us. They are belonging with different disciplines and different industries. So we go ahead, sir.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Please.
So.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, sir. Sir, one of the question I have, I am confused to take full degree course or specialize in line of computer science. I like number of courses, AI, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing. Where I need to move.
So is he a graduate already studying engineering?
Sir, he is in diploma right now.
So he should do a degree. Degree is important, I would say.
Okay.
Education, basic degrees is very important. You can do great if you are able to, develop some AI model, algorithm and stuff. Then very good. But in industry right now, with diploma, it's not going to help you. Go get your degree, man. It's very much important. And then while you are doing your degree, you can do all these courses. There are a lot of stuff online on internet. Whatever interests you, go and study that. You're in diploma, you'll go in degree. You'll have 3 years of time. You can do a research. You can do your study over there on that particular field in the time, but please get a degree.
Okay, so thank you, sir. There's second question. The student is from 12th class right now. Want to know difference between CS and IT? It's a very common question, sir.
Yeah, it's a very common question.
Yeah.
So the IT lays, there are certain subjects which you teach you in IT. It's like information technology. Computer science is basically the science behind how the computer works. So there are certain subjects which are included in computer science and IT. There's not much difference over there. Even if you go in the industry, they won't, treat you differently. You will be open to the same jobs. But in computer science, there are certain subjects which they do not teach you in IT. IT is the application of computer science in the IT world. Whereas in computer science, you study about their subjects like compiler designs and stuff. And like finite automata, these subjects are over there, chapters are there which you only learn in computer science. And as the name sounds, computer science is it's a science, is the how the computer things work. Majorly it's there, right?
Yeah.
IT is the application of computers, basically. That there's not much difference. It's just like electronics and telecommunications. Without electronics, telecommunication cannot work. It's all electronics and telecommunication, right? Telecommunication is one of them, a kind of usefulness, or the what you take out of electronics, right? It's a practical implementation. It's the same. We know how a computer work. There's thing like quantum computing. They won't, if I'll give an example. If you're quantum computing is a thing, if there's a new concept of designing a new kind of computer, a computer science student might learn that, and IT would not learn that. Got the difference?
Yes, yes, sir. Got it.
That's what the basic difference is. If I can give you the layman language.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. So next question is, if knowledge is better from degree, can I take the online courses from Upgrade, Byju's, and other online portals?
It's always great to go college because the thing that you learn in college, you cannot learn that online. You can learn that online. You can do Baiju, but it's very good to have. But going to college is very much important because you do not go for the just for the knowledge. You go there to make friends. You go there to live your life. You go there to learn other things as well, which is very important to succeed and grow in life.
Yeah, number of things we learn in college we cannot learn online courses, sir. Sir, one
Yeah.
more question. I'm in second year of BTech. How much involvement in college clubs is better?
Uh, Make sure if you're able to play the play like sports,
Yes.
and then you're able to complete all the classes, and then you're able to exercise and stuff. Okay, that comes in play, and then you're getting good grades. Whatever spare time you have, spend in extracurricular. Sometimes it will be more, sometimes it will be less. But if you ask me a number, then spend at least 4 to 5 hours in a week minimum, or bare minimum 3
Okay, sir.
every week, 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, one more question. I think it's a personal question. I am from Bihar. I have lot of pressure from my family and government job, but I have to interest in it. But I have no interest in it. What can I do?
Just don't go for it. You're grown up now. You can tell them you don't like the government job. Your aspirations like something else. If something is that you don't have interest in, just don't do it. Simply, you need to be like open to your parents. Like you need to talk. You need to fight for yourself. It's your life. Because one day you need to support your parent, and you need to be strong enough. You need to be good at it. You might not have interest in government job, and you might take it, and then you might not like your life for the rest of the life. Be
Okay,
it
thank
any
you.
trade, write papers.
Okay, sir. Sir, is another question. Which is more impactful and where? One page resume or 2 to 3 page resume?
So they say that one page resume is the place where you should
It's
make
basically
one
HR
page.
question, sir.
Yeah, but I don't think so. If you have done a lot of job and a lot of stuff you have done, and then your one page is not able to accommodate that, you can go to 2 or 3, but do not keep it very long. Try to, it's an art. Try to make it in 1 or 2. Don't go 3. In 2 is fine. 1 is great if you can do it.
Okay, thank you,
But
sir.
yeah, if you want, then there's no harm. I don't believe that that's something should bothering you. For most of my interviews, I had like very shittiest resume. Like it was one of the boring resume, one liner. I mean, I didn't laid very much interest on resume and stuff, but somehow resume used to get shortlisted.
Okay,
If you do not know anything and then you make a very handsome resume, that's not gonna help. But yeah, work on your resume
okay.
for sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question. How much college training or industrial training is important for placement point of view?
Okay. Doesn't matter if you have taken training or not, if you have a certification or not. If you do not know things, it won't help you. Even if you have 10 trainings, it won't be of much help if you do not know anything. So that training certificate is not going to help you. That, okay, I have done 5 certification. You need to know stuff. Even if you don't have a certification, but you know stuff, it's fair. It's fine.
Okay, lastly, I think knowledge is much more important.
So yeah, and you need to know to sell your knowledge. That is also very important.
Okay, sir.
You have the knowledge, but it's in the brain, not going to help.
Okay, sir. Sir, one last question. College really matter in career growth in industry? As like
Yeah,
branding, IITs, NITs, IITs.
they do. IITs and big names, they do. You make a very good, network. You get a lot of good opportunities in very great colleges. But again, if you're not in those colleges, that should not stop you from doing great in your life. You can still do great in your life. You can still do great without having a degree or anything. You are just a science arts graduate. who has studied English literature, and if you make a app, you make a great algorithm, you'll make money, right?
Okay, sir.
So college do help. It makes life easier. It's more fun to go in great colleges. That helps you, and in a way that helps you throughout your life. Okay, he's from IIT, he's an IIT, but that should not stop you from getting what you want in your life. It shouldn't be a factor actually,
Okay, thank you,
and
sir.
it's not a factor. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, sir. It looks like we have covered all the questions, sir. I would like to thank you, Mr. Jain, sir, for on behalf of entire team Industry Insiders to taking out the time from your busy schedule that you had given to us, and you have shared number of information with us and your entire journey from 2013 to 2020. Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Kindly
Thanks a
stay.
lot. Thanks for connecting, Ashutosh.
Okay, sir.
Wish you great luck, and this is one of the great things you are doing. Continue with it, and I hope you'll get great success ahead. And just keep going on. Don't stop.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, one more last question from my side. Sir, is this kind of session is helpful for freshers and the persons who
Yeah,
is just
entirely. It will be. It will be. Students are ask me. Students are pretty much confused when they're in college. When I was there, we didn't have anything like this,
yes,
and even I was seeking answers. I was struggling to get my answers. I used to talk to people. I used to bug my seniors, and still I was confused. I didn't knew anything what is happening in the street. I was sick, scared. What will happen if I don't get this kind of job? If I get into this job, I'll be stuck over there forever. I didn't have those answers actually, and we didn't have. I mean, there might be some content like this, but it was not accessible to me, or maybe there was no content like this. So it will help. Students are confused. So it's a great job that you're doing.
okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for this wonderful session, sir. I love lot to talk with you. Okay, kindly stay tuned with Industry Insiders. We will be back very soon with our new expert and with a new event. You can still send your questions on our email officialsindustryiinsiders@gmail.com, or you can contact us on LinkedIn and Instagram or Facebook too. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, sir.